Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Good morning. You know, you are dealing with strange people who see themselves as not only above you, but some form of gods above you, with express rights to see you as they do, which is below. And no more is this more evident than a real estate titan, a billionaire, saying that the phrase tax the rich is as abominable and hateful as any other racial slur. His words. And then he went further and said of the top 1% that they should be praised by the rest of us. His words, not mine. A real estate tycoon, a billionaire. Let that sink in. In my world, he's a basic nobody. But in your world, because he's amassed money through the systems that he himself helped to build to make it possible for him to amass large quantities of wealth, resources, and property. He says that he should be praised. Now think of the circle he runs in. Think of the circle he runs in. All of them think this way. All of them think this way. And you think that you're going to get out of this. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not as long as they are there. You have choices. You can remove the power of money, or you can go to war, or they have to go out of the country with their money, or without their money. As far as I'm concerned, their money is stolen. In a system perfectly crafted to transfer wealth from those who have nothing to those who already have. That's a fact. And the gap between the haves and the have-nots have been growing for well over 35 or 40 years, without hesitation, without stop. Okay? In the meantime, in the 90s, the national debt was still in the billions. And every 10 years, it has doubled. In off years, it has tripled. Debt. And this would be one of the people who drives up the debt, who deals in debt and trades and futures and investments, all of it gambling. Basically gambling in a rigged game such as the stock market or the real estate market, any market that they control. And yet he says that you should praise him. All of you impoverished and poor and malnourished, homeless, paycheck to paycheck, working 40 hours a week and still can't pay your bills. Because his friends own the very corporations that refuse to pay you a decent wage that one person could live on. His friends are the very same people that own all of the apartments. Yeah, his friends are the same people whose your homes and mortgages sit inside of his friends' portfolios as leverage. I want you to think about the game here. And he's running his mouth saying, not only, people should be quiet. He put his face I'm going to say it. I got to say it. He put his old pasty white face be be behind those words that tax the rich is as abominable and hateful and hurtful as a racial slur. Sir, you are so out of line on so many levels. These people live inside of bubbles. That's for sure. Do they even make their own groceries? When was the last time one of them fixed their own sandwich? I mean, these are people are strange indeed. And these are the very same people who engage in every perversion a man's mind could possibly think of. These are the very same men who are wanted criminals, at least by the public, whose names are all over some PDF file. He says we should praise him, sir. We're going to eat you. You go ahead and fatten yourself up. I want you to eat as much as you fatten yourself up, okay? And you eat healthy too. You know, use from us getting sick out after the meal. We need you to stay healthy. But anyway, this is a sickness. And I keep going back to, if you notice, none of them work for their money. None of them. They never have. They have as soft as a baby's ass. Never worked a day in their life, and neither will their children. And their fathers didn't either. And somehow he believes he has value. He has no value. Why do you? I would love to ask rich people, why do you think you have value? Let me see. You don't give anyone any money. Okay. You don't build anything anyone could possibly use. You don't invent anything. You don't grow anything that we can eat. So tell me again, where's your value to the rest of society? We can't find it anywhere. Nowhere. In fact, I'm going to stick to my guns, sir. The garbage man has more value than you. Because we all know that if the garbage man goes belly up, we're going to all get sick and die from disease, airborne, flyborne. Okay? But you, sir, would have him make a barely pay his mortgage type of wage. After driving and picking up trash and running behind a trash truck 10 to 12 hours a day. Now that's value. I can appreciate that guy. But you, sir, I'm still looking. Where is the value? There is none. There is none. Your only value is to your immediate family, your investors, and that's about it. Oh, and your circle of weirded out pedophiles that you run with. Most of them on the cool, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. A lot of these other people are on drugs. I'm not just saying this to be mean. It would explain some of their behavior too. It really would. And but let's go back to what this guy said. He should be praised. This old man has to be 75 years old, at least over 70. And to this day, and I know people personally like this, they want to be appreciated. And I can't understand why. Why do they have this need? You have everything that you could possibly think of, enough money to last several generations and invested right forever. And yet he wants to be praised and appreciated. What a wuss. What a freaking wuss of 70 plus years. Can you imagine this? I almost called him a name. Can you imagine him at 15 years old, 18 years old, 25 years old? Oh, God, what a wuss. Oh, boy. Listen, I'm not here to asperse this gentleman personally, else I would have been and called him by name by now. But the rich generally, you are creeped out and dangerous to the rest of us. You make your money for free, going back generations, and you think that you should be looked up to and you should be praised. Listen, I mean, they may I go out on a limb and say something masculine. Real men don't look for praise. Real men don't look for validation. Real men don't look for love. These things find him. See, it's a big difference, sir. It's apparently that money can buy everything except your love and praise for him. Maybe you should try to buy some love and praise. How about that? In this country, there is a dollar sign on everything. Everything. It is atrocious. You can't even get a drink of water unless you fight for it, beg for it, or buy it. It's so bad. If you get caught in someone's yard drinking out the water hose, they are subject to call the police. You can be out there, I'm thirsty as hell, man. I'm that. They're going to call the police. Okay? So, in this type of market, in this type of capitalistic environment, surely you can buy love and praise. Is not your wife, have not she loved you enough? Have not your children loved you enough? Have you loved them enough? But now I'm sliding into uncharted territory, aren't I? Personal territory. I'm just saying a man at 70 years old still looking for love and praise, sir. You have wasted your life doing a lot of bad things that didn't bring any, like believing that you just deserve it. It should just come naturally. Here's what comes naturally to you, sir, and it comes naturally to all rich people. Nice houses, picket fences, nice dogs, beautiful wives, shiny cars, yachts, portfolios, barrel bonds, that type of thing. Nothing, exactly what am I missing here? What am I missing? What are we missing? So you think that we get love and praise for free? No, we don't. No, no. And I am still lost, sir, because money buys everything here. Money buys everything here. Maybe you should get out more. Maybe you should get out more because, again, this is America. Everything for sale. Or have you become wise enough to understand that love and praise that comes with money ain't really real love and praise? It's more like respect and mimicry, like acting for as long as one has to remain in proximity of your money. Maybe you're onto it now, but now you would think that I am a person, your wife and family. And this is how sensitive you are. A man like that has to be that sensitive. He would glean from that statement that somehow he just insulted my wife. For real. I'm not making that up. This is the sense of the fragility of the rich. Why they go to galas, have parties, and shove caviar and fine wines and unmentionables down their throat. And then engage in other unmentionables. Then demand that we praise him for creating our poverty. You need food games, sir. You need food games for that level of praise. I should be quiet before I insult them and they bring us food games. We're already here. We're almost here. We're almost at Squid Games too. This is preposterous. Shut up, dude. And tell everybody else around you to shut up. Maybe you should shut up and just listen. And who has time to talk with that much money anyway? With that kind of money, I'm waking up in the morning, I'm checking every account. I'm checking. I'm calling all of my agents and brokers. I'm not playing with it. But you, on the other hand, have time to contemplate why you're not loved by the masses. Why you're not loved by the masses, sir. You kind of just, how can I put this? Your statement is quite revealing. Quite revealing. And he was very specific. He wasn't satisfied with saying he was a billionaire. No, he had to include himself in the top 1%. You are some of the most arrogant, needy ass people I've ever seen. Your money surely is not enough. It's not enough. Maybe you should give give away some of it and experience life, because clearly you live in a bubble. You live in a bubble, and I keep on thinking, in a country that you can buy everything, everything, you name it, it can be bought here, sir. Where have you trapped yourself at in your own mind? Where are you living mentally? You don't need praise. What is wrong with you? I mean, don't, listen, man, before this devolve into mockery, straight mockery, because that's what it's about to do. Every time I see his face balding with hair running in a circular line just above his ears, he w- it was so important that he say this. He didn't even grab his toupee that I know he has. No, I got to catch this camera right now. It's moving. Stop the presses. I need to tell them impoverished masses this. I need to tell the 9 to 5ers. I need to tell the struggling. I need to tell the ones who go home with their bones hurt and their muscles sore. I need to tell them that you should praise us, for it is us that go on, go on, tell me more. It is us that gives you, damn. We really don't need to get these SOBs, not a damn thing. We're not even philanthropists. We are hoarders of wealth. What is wrong with us? But he'll never reach there. Never. Why? He is inside of a bubble. I watched a video a few years ago. Some of these clowns have never made their own groceries, and they were amazed at the deep, deep, amazed, like little children. What is wrong with these people? I can only imagine as they sit outside on their pools and patios, and they see the black and brown, see the brown faces of the people who clean their pools. What are they thinking? The people who cut their lawns, and their maids and their butlers cleaning up behind them. What is wrong with you? You gonna get diabetes. You too lethargic. You better move around some. Get outside. Damn. Maybe if you would talk to the landscaper rather than commenting on how lovely his work is and giving him money, he could probably show you something. Maybe you could learn something. Maybe you should have a cold beer with the fucking landscaper. Sneak off from your family. Go to the neighborhood. No, don't go to your neighborhood haunt. No, anyway, you get where I'm going with all of this? Your isolation has made their isolation have made them weird. I mean, you are really a class unto yourselves. A class unto yourselves. Money blinds. Money blinds. But money kills too. Money is nothing more than a tool. It's like a hammer. It's like a hammer or any other tool that do what it's meant to do. I want to cut wood, I go get a saw. I want to drive a nail, I go get a nail gun or a hammer. Okay? This is how it works. I want to machine a certain piece. I must first create a tool to machine that piece. This only ends, this level of thinking or line of thinking only ends when it gets to rich people. In terms of production, you produce nothing. You give nothing. You take, 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 and drive up the debt to the tune of almost $40 trillion of paper money that they print. And you got a shitload of it, of paper money representing U.S. debt that every last one of us has to pay more than you will ever have to pay. And yet you run your mouths. That's why I say eat the rich. You know, this is the type of country that I seen a man on the ground with no shoes. It's cold as hell outside. Do you know, standing right beside him was this woman in what looks like a faux mink coat. I say faux mink because it's dangerous to wear real mink, but they got very expensive synthetic mink. Okay. And on her dog is a emerald studded collar. And right at her feet is a man with no shoes and in freezing weather, half dressed and hungry. I'm like, eat her dog. Eat her dog, damn it. Bite her. That's crazy. You see the juxtaposition, sir? Maybe maybe she should be praised too. Maybe even her dog should be praised. Emerald lace collar. What that collar cost? And she's just standing there like he's not there. I'll just go stand right by him. Goodness gracious, the arrogance is extreme. It's past arrogance. It's unfeeling. It's having no empathy, no compassion, no sympathy. All of the things that make a human human, you don't have, yet you want to be praised. And they want to be praised. Okay. Okay. You wait on that. Currently, I think the American people are contemplating on what to do with you next. You think that you are in some kind of control. You think that you're in some kind of secure situation. I'm telling you that they're contemplating en masse. And contemplation en masse can take a minute or two. Things have to come around. Things have to move around. People have to talk amongst each other by the millions, and they will. It's going to take a minute as the thing spreads. But they're currently contemplating what to do with you and you and you and you. They also know that you're going to be running for the bunkers along with the politicians. And they're still thinking about what we're going to do with you. You need to think about these things and shut up. Why do bad people run their mouth? Arrogant people always have some stupid shit to say. It's not that type of environment anymore. You have increased despair. Know how you have increased despair? Through competition. You may ask yourself, competition for what? There's no sports matches and there's no races. Yes, there is. Competition for food, water, housing. Competition creates despair. Despair leads to misery. Misery leads to suffering. And not to mention broken relationships, destroyed families, and a rising crime rate. And you sit your stupid ass there oblivious to it all. And you think you have the catbird seat because of your top 1% status to have an opinion. To have an opinion. Wow. Wow, sir. If not for your apparent ignorance, coupled with your arrogance, you could be shot dead. But these are characteristics of a boy. These are the characteristics of an entitled teenager. That's one thing, you never have to grow up. I've noticed this about the rich, especially rich men. They never have to grow up. They don't, and then they don't. They never grow up. They stay stuck at the fun part of their lives. The rest of us are forced into maturity. They're not. We are forced into maturity, or we die, or we go to prison. End of discussion. Period. Because with maturity comes fucking responsibility. Now back to this guy who's not been forced into that on any level. Every spoon he's ever put in his mouth has been pretty much free. Free. Not one callus on his hand. Not one, sir, just be quiet and enjoy your wealth, and tell the rest of them to enjoy their wealth too. Enjoy your caviar, enjoy your houses so big that they have an echo. I want, I helped, man, listen here. I have worked on some hell of a projects, man. I helped to build a house that, I shit you not. Let me see if I can put this the right way. We installed every bit of 28 entry exit doors inside this home. Okay? The doors on the entry had to have weighed 200 pounds apiece. We had to install a steel door frame to carry this load, like castle doors, 3 inches thick, solid oak. Hold on. The house was so big, we started whistling to find each other because the house had an echo. We would whistle. This is how big it is. And then we met the owners. We we were thinking that it would at least be a family. No, it was a couple, a young couple. I won't call the race, and I'm sure they got their money. I mean, as honestly as the American system allows, which is criminal, but there they were. 2.34 million? But we made damn good money though. I mean, this is the lavishness that they live in. The table, the dining room table sprouted right out the floor. Okay? Built in. We talking about lavish shit here, man. Lavish. Anyway, this is how they live. And it's not envy, sir. It's not envy. Quite honestly, it is survival. Maybe from your perspective, it's envy. Maybe you're looking at the masses and you envy them. Maybe they're experiencing life and you're not. And you're not. You're experiencing your money, not life. How many bad experiences have you had? When was the last time you made anyone smile outside of your circle? I'll leave it right there. When was the last time you made anyone happy? Huh? When was the last time anyone said so much as thank you because you've done nothing deserving of a fucking thank you? Would I be correct, sir? Of course I would. When was the last time you told anyone, I'm sorry? See, you all the way fucked. You're all the way. There are some things money simply can't buy. Can't buy. You try. Quite honestly, you can't be sure that anything around you actually loves you. Do they love you or your money? But now I'm going too far and I'm running out of time. That's personal. That's getting personal. That's trying to hurt you. That's trying to grab at your spirit, grab at your soul, cause you some consternation. But this is just a morning missive. I'm not your psychologist, and we're not trying to get anything out of you. But don't look for praise from us. Look for grudging respect because we know how the system goes. Okay? You control the politicians through money. This is how you got all of the nice laws and regulations that allow you to do pretty much whatever you want to do and amass wealth in any way you want to, even if it hurts others. and you feel absolutely nothing. But again, I digress because I'm not here to get at you personally. I am source, I am seven, I am one.